Okay, what am I looking at, EA Sports? What are you doing to us now? I'm looking at a Hummels with 97 shooting. Quick step, and he's a centre-back turned striker, right? This free evolution is taking your centre-back and making them absolutely lethal. 5-star weak foot, advanced forward, aerial, as well as low driven plus if you have no playstyle pluses. That is a mad looking card, and the servers are mudded, which is not ideal. For cheap and fast EAFC 25 Ultimate Team coins, head over to MMOEXP.com, link in the top of the description, and make sure to use my code Morsey at checkout to save yourself 8% off your entire order. I'm hitting a quick refresh. We're going again, we're reloading. Whilst I'm doing this, lucky for us, the legends of FUT.GG have us covered when it comes to this Evo. Bombito, excuse me. 97 pace, 96 shooting. Now this is the thing, right? I'm not going to get too carried away quite yet because playstyle pluses are lacking for a striker. Like, do you really want your striker having bruiser as well as quick step and aerial? If you're using him as a centre-back, it doesn't make much sense either because let's be real, there's going to be better centre-backs out there. So it's going to be an interesting evolution. Maybe very much catered to players like Laurent Blanc who can play in that middle of the park. 4-star, 5-star, getting the quick steps quite nice, and then just ridiculously lethal. If you're cutting in as that kind of playmaker maybe in the cam position, probably is going to be the shout. But definitely some potential there. I mean, Virgil, by all means, you know, have some fun with it. It could be a play. Matthaus, I tell you what, we're not going to dive into these cards quite yet. I'm back on EA FC right now, and let's look at some of the cards that I've got in my club, including Matthaus. So Canate, anticipate, quick step aerial. If only it had, well, if only the card had higher defending or physicality, it could be pretty crazy because you could just play him centre back and just have crazy shooting. I want to look at the requirements when it comes to defending. Max 92, max 98 pace as well, and that's basically it. So pretty lenient in all fairness. Hatto, just the playstyle pluses, man. Realistically, like 97 shooting is crazy, but you're not using any of these cards up front. Like, you're not using Kabasi up front, are you? Let's be real. As a CDM, can you play CDM? Or am I thinking of... I've just checked out the CDM Evo, so that's probably what I'm thinking of here. But you can play striker and centre-back, so maybe that. Matthaus definitely could be one to consider as like an out-and-out box-to-box centre mid. Or maybe we try and look at lower-rated cards that don't have too many playstyle pluses. But Matthaus, quick step bruiser, as well as block, looks mad. You definitely want to utilise him as a centre mid, right? Like a box-to-box, he got the rolls. He doesn't. That's a pain, man. If only he had. Oh, his rolls are not great. Maybe some sort of evolution from season progress could be the play here. But as a box-to-box, like, he looks phenomenal. It's just not having the roll plus is there, or not even a roll plus at all. Definitely hinders the card. But on paper, looks crazy. I'm intrigued if I go down towards the bottom of my club and look for cards with maybe not a single playstyle plus. To be fair, the servers, mate. Servers are mudded right now. We're down bad, lads. We are down bad. The other evolution we checked out tonight was crazy, by the way. I'm just going to go back to FUT.GG, make it easy on myself. I was thinking Virgil has aerial. So you do get the quick step and low driven. If anything, this might actually be the shout. If you're actually being serious and wanted to use him as a striker. Because aerial, you can use that up the pitch. Quick step would work nicely with the control length accelerate type. And 97 shooting with the low driven, I'm honestly intrigued. If any of you do this Evo and you're on Xbox and want to let me review him, please hit me up because I'm actually really intrigued to see how Van Dijk will play as an out-and-out striker. He could be something to consider. Kimpembe, similar kind of story where playstyle pluses are lacking once again. Taram, yeah, it's just the playstyle pluses. That's my main thing. I don't want to go over and over and over about it, but it is really important on this game. Playstyle pluses basically make cards at times, so you need them to have very, very good ones. Most of these cards, I'm assuming people want to use them as a centre-back still. That's probably the play, right? I mean, it doesn't look like it in regards to some of the defending on these cards. This has to be a chain. Your favourite figurine, Alpine Wall, into this. Barca fans potentially could be the shout. Only 89 rated, so the chain potential is pretty mad. But once again, the playstyle pluses definitely are lacking. Davies, anticipate, jockey, and quick step. It's the Alpine Wall into this. So you do get a big boost to defender physicality. And to be fair, if you look at his team of the season, I know it's a little way off stat-wise, but it's still not too dissimilar. Fullback plus plus, fantastic fullback playstyles. If you don't have a Teo Hernandez Evo, maybe consider this with Davies. I know some of you guys were actually talking about putting Davies through this in my Alpine War video, so it could be the shout. Gold Virgil van Dijk, almost identical as well. Could be something to consider if you don't want to splash out on his team of the week here. Could be a decent punt. Laurent Blanc as well does look like a decent punt as well. Bombito, I'm probably leaning towards no. I mean, the defending just is not good enough, but the speed and shooting is crazy. This version actually, Alpine Ward into this, much better if you want to use him as a left back or even a centre back, because jockey, anticipate and quick step. I just feel like I don't want to be wasting the crazy high shooting boost here, which you definitely are on a lot of these cards. But EA, they're being different, basically creating your own shapeshifters. It could be one that maybe you don't rush into and potentially keep for a rainy day as well. That could be something to consider. But Blanc, in all honesty, similar kind of story to Matthaus. Looks like one of the better shouts to me because his playstyle pluses make sense. He gets a nice boost to shooting from distance. If only there's a way to get Matthaus to get a box-to-box centre mid or something along those lines. Even a deep line playmaker as a CDM. What do we have in the CDM roles? We got the 1+ there and centre half. I know there is an Evo in the season progress that a lot of people have put on Hullet, for example, that gives deep line playmaker. I'm a fan of it. If you've got this card, it's pretty unique. It'd be pretty crazy in that CDM position, especially striding forward. Singo isn't a bad shout, actually. But it's just the thing, right? You're probably still going to play this card, centre back or right back. You don't need 97 shooting on your right back. That's the thing. I want to have a look at cards maybe a bit lower rated, like your Virgils, for example. I know he's not lower rated, but he's got no playstyle pluses. Let me head back to console real fast. I want to see if I put someone like Chouameni into this. Goes up to 93 rated still. But at least you get the low driven, quick step and aerial combination. As a centre mid, yeah, not bad. I definitely think they're the players you kind of want to be targeting. Not the out-and-out centre backs unless you've got something crazy, crazy unique. I do want to see how big the overall boost is. If I was to put in someone like Lenormand, so it's at least a +10. So chain potential is going to be a little bit tough. I don't know how I feel about this, man. I really don't. The last Evo we checked out literally a couple of minutes ago, the paid one, that video's on the channel for centre mids and CDMs. Crazy, crazy nice. This, I kind of see what EA is saying and kind of trying to see what they're doing here. They've definitely made it free because I don't think many of us would be paying for this, right? But I don't know if they've executed it necessarily correctly because playstyle pluses just don't work. And like, you're not getting a big enough boost to keep using these cards in the centre back position, in my opinion. Maybe as a fullback, it could be a shout. To be fair, Tarkowski at least has power shot. With the 97 shooting, he could be one of the best options here. Do you get the base load driven? You don't. He's just a super defensive, stocky target forward, maybe. You've got the pluses, and on the ball, you just got to let it rip with this man because the shooting looks insane. To be fair, if you could play him centre back, I guess. Like, he looks decent enough as a centre back still, and the variety there to step into the space and take the shot from like proper far out is an option. So maybe he's going to be like players I would recommend. But in regards to meta, I don't really think there is any. I think it's just a little bit whatever floats your boat, lads. I will say cards do definitely interest me. Kyle Walker could be a shout actually, but I feel like there's better versions. I do think these two, the Blanc and Matthaus, are definitely the best options in regards to usability in this evolution. For free Evo, they're both really nice. If not, Virgil looks like he could be a laugh. Davies doesn't look bad. But let me know what you think of this one, lads. Interesting, but not quite what I was hoping for, but it is what it is. Do definitely check out, by the way, on my channel, the other Evo video for Built Different. This one looks crazy, crazy good. And there's going to be some fantastic cards here, as well as Max 92. So hopefully more of that to come in the future, EA. All I need is that Immortals honoree to fit an Evo. We'll be dreaming. But let me know what you think of the Evo content tonight, guys. The Bala review coming up next. So I'll catch you shortly. Take it easy.